The rock carving work known as the Petroglyph is one of the most important artistic traditions and spiritual expressions of the Pueblo peoples of New Mexico. Hello, this is the first of 5 shorts in which I will explore major themes among the works at Petroglyph National Monument. I start with these first images at the bottom of the Mesa Point Trail at Boca Negra Canyon. Formed from a group of dormant volcanoes northwest of Albuquerque, basalt boulders scattered around the site provided surfaces on which artists etched these enigmatic figures and symbols with sandstone scraper tools. Over 24,000 petroglyphs have been documented at the site, the largest such collection in North America. Most of them date from approximately 1300 to 1700 AD. While they are predominantly by native Pueblo artists, a few were created by colonial Spaniards. The next episode will explore possible meanings for these stone etchings along the Mesa Point Trail. Join us for the following installment. 700 years ago, the American Southwest underwent rapid population shifts for reasons and in directions that are still a mystery to archaeologists. What they can say with greater certainty is that the Rio Grande region of northern New Mexico, which runs through western Albuquerque, was one of the lands most profoundly affected by a demographic and cultural boom by the first half of the 14th century. The rock art at Petroglyph National Monument began from this sudden growth. While many of these cryptic images remain unclear, scholars have interpreted others by comparing them with similar designs on ancient pottery and ancestral readings passed down to modern Pueblo peoples. The images may have marked territorial boundaries or local resources. Pueblo people identify others as cosmic images, such as planets and constellations. Spirit entities and mythical events are also possible readings. The next episode will look into a special work in the Boca Negra Canyon, a macaw marked on a stone. Join us for the following installment. How did this macaw engraving appear on rock art outside Albuquerque? If you've seen my other videos with macaws, you may remember that I filmed all of them around the Maya site of Copan in Honduras. The Macaw Trail is at Boca Negra Canyon in Petroglyph National Monument. A smoothly curved bird with a tall crest and long neck appears to the side. Up the slope is a large, sharply defined image of a pod of yucca, one of the most important crops for ancestral Pueblo peoples because of its versatility for making food and crafts. Because macaws were not native to the Southwest, they had to be imported from the tropical forests of Central America. Their blazing plumage, uncanny intelligence, and human-like speech must have given them mystical quality for priests or nobility. Further evidence of their import comes from bones found at Chaco Canyon and Aztec ruins. We don't know the exact trade routes, but even chocolate was following these circuits from Maya lands. The next installment will look at possible origins of the Southwestern Kachina tradition from this ancient rock art, so join us for it. Did the Southwest Kachina tradition begin outside Albuquerque? I visited Petroglyph National Monument, northwest of the city, to explore this question. The oldest of these etchings, from as early as the 14th century, have interested archaeologists for possible connections to the ritual faces worn by Kachina dancers. Standing almost exactly a mile above sea level, I am approaching the top of the Boca Negra Mesa. Here you can see animal designs such as a bird and a dragonfly. However, just behind me is a wall replete with symbolic and spiritual images, including several depictions of human faces or even standing bodies, with eccentric ornaments suggesting a supernatural character. They surround each face like the headdresses found among today's Kachinas, and perhaps the ancestral Puebloans followed these designs to create their earliest such forms. As I take care to not touch these delicate works, I lastly focus on an ancient rendition of Cocopelli, a musician and trickster that has become the most famous Kachina. Join us for the conclusion of this Petroglyph National Monument series with today's mask. Concluding the Petroglyph National Monument series, today's mask appears just below the top of the Boca Negra Mesa. The most salient features on this rock art are the tufted headdress and banded face paint. These recall the suggestion from the last episode in this petroglyph series about possible relations with the beginnings of the Kachina tradition among the ancestral Pueblo peoples of the upper Rio Grande. The figure in this etching likely depicts either a supernatural being or their human impersonator, a momentary delegate of the entity's power. At the site I therefore read a message from up to 7 centuries ago about the human capacity to carry the sacred. Standing before this piece, I contemplated its appeal to friends and viewers who are archaeology scholars, native descendants, art enthusiasts, occult practitioners, or any curious combination of these. This magical image is for everybody coming to my channel from these diverse backgrounds and more. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Eye of the Serpent channel. Your support goes toward travel, research, and production. Thank you for watching, and good roads.